What if everything had gone wrong? This question, echoing as a chilling reminder in the depths of our imagination, opens the door to a world where the line between discovery and destruction is razor-thin and terrifying. In the realm of science and technology, various experiments and projects have flirted with the apocalypse, not due to a lack of ingenuity, but because of the immense responsibility and fear of the unknown. Imagine a world where each advancement becomes a game of Russian roulette, where scientists are on the brink of disaster, playing with forces that could very well annihilate everything we know. It's this palpable sense of dread and the terror of possibilities that leads us to question if what could have been a simple breakthrough could also have been our end. Kola Super Deep Borehole. In the heart of the shadowy Soviet Union, the Kola Super Deep Borehole stands as a chilling monument to human ambition. Launched in 1970, this colossal project aimed to drill through the Earth's crust and reach the mantle. For nearly 2 decades, scientists and engineers toiled on this monstrous endeavor, drilling to a depth of 40,230 feet by 1989. But instead of reaching new horizons, they were confronted with a sense of dread as extreme temperatures threatened to melt the very equipment, and fears of the unknown loomed like a sinister shadow. From 12 kilometers down, scientists were not just dealing with the vastness of the Earth, but also with a terrifying omen. The unbearable heat rising with each meter drilled, combined with reports of strange geological formations and inexplicable noises, created a palpable feeling of something deeply wrong. These anomalies began to fuel apocalyptic fears. Was it possible that, by drilling so deeply, they were awakening forces that should never be disturbed, perhaps even disturbing layers of the planet that should remain untouched? When the project was eventually halted, the terror did not dissipate, but rather transformed into an eternal aura of mystery. Officially, the reasons for the shutdown were technical difficulties and risks, but behind the scenes, whispers of imminent catastrophe and possible seismic implications loomed like a threatening shadow. The Kola Super Deep Borehole remains a disturbing reminder of how the quest for knowledge can sometimes lead us to the edge of the abyss, evoking the haunting question, what might have happened if it had not been stopped? Trinity Test. On a sweltering July morning in 1945, the New Mexico desert became the stage for an experiment that would echo through nightmares and horror stories for generations. The Trinity Test, part of the Manhattan Project, marked the birth of nuclear power. When the first atomic bomb was detonated, the world teetered on the edge of a different kind of apocalypse. Scientists were terrified by the possibility that the explosion might indeed ignite the Earth's atmosphere, unleashing an uncontrollable hell. The fear of a cataclysmic event hung over the scientists, who faced the unknown with a blend of hope and dread. Fortunately, or by precise calculation, the test did not result in the feared global destruction. But the outcome did not prevent the echoes of terror from reverberating through history. The visible destruction and the smoke cloud that rose like an oppressive shadow were a constant reminder of the destructive power humanity now possessed. The shadow of what could have been an apocalyptic catastrophe transformed into a grim drive for the development of even more destructive weapons, perpetuating the cycle of fear and uncertainty. With the successful test, scientists could not escape the terror of their own creations. The Trinity Test was not just a proof of concept for nuclear weapons, it was a glimpse into a future where the fear of absolute destructive power could become a daily reality. Thus, the world entered the nuclear age, with the shadow of the first test looming, questioning whether the next explosion could finally ignite the flames of a global apocalypse. Large Hadron Collider, LHC. When the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, came online in 2008, a subtle and terrifying fear spread through scientific communities and beyond. The LHC, with its massive underground tubes and particles accelerated to near-light speeds, brought with it the unsettling possibility of creating microscopic black holes. These black holes, though tiny, could potentially engulf the entire Earth, a thought both fascinating and horrifying. The very idea that these concepts were being explored underground ignited the fear of an invisible and incomprehensible catastrophe. Scientists assured that any such black holes would evaporate instantly, dissipating the darkest anxieties. However, the suspense and terror persisted. The notion that such advanced experiments could potentially unleash forces beyond our understanding continued to haunt the collective imagination. With every particle collision, the question remained, what could really happen if something went awry? As the LHC continued its operations, the unsettling sense that Earth's future could be at stake never left the radar. The intersection of scientific curiosity and fear of the unknown maintained the suspense, with the idea that even the most revolutionary advances could always harbor a terrifying potential. As the particle accelerator kept running, the boundary between progress and apocalypse remained hauntingly thin. Starfish Prime. In the night sky of 1962, a cosmic explosion of terror was detonated above Earth's atmosphere. Starfish Prime, a nuclear bomb test conducted by the United States, was more than just a demonstration of power. It was an attempt to explore the effects of a nuclear explosion at high altitudes. The explosion created an artificial radiation belt that disrupted satellites and electronic systems for years, a chilling reminder of technological vulnerability. The fear of prolonged and invisible impacts of this radiation shaped the anxieties of the ensuing decades. Scientists and military personnel were anxious about the consequences of their actions, fearing that the test might trigger a cascade of technological failures on a grand scale. The radiation waves generated by Starfish Prime caused severe interference with communication systems and space infrastructure, leading to a lasting sense of dread. The disturbing reality that a single experiment could destabilize modern technology generated a deep and enduring fear. With the impact of Starfish Prime becoming evident, the anxiety over the risks associated with nuclear testing and its consequences lingered. The perception that human actions could have such devastating and unpredictable effects created a persistent sense of terror. The fear that other explosions might have similarly disturbing effects continues to haunt the imagination, with the legacy of Starfish Prime echoing as a chilling warning about the destructive power of science when applied without caution. SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. In the vastness of space, SETI, or the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, is an endeavor that blends hope and terror. From Nikola Tesla's early efforts to modern radio telescope projects, the quest for extraterrestrial signals raises a deeply unsettling question. What if we find something? The fear of the unknown and the possibility of attracting a hostile alien civilization are real and disquieting. The idea that a simple signal could put Earth in the crosshairs of a cosmic threat is a chilling thought. The anxiety about what might happen if we make contact with hostile extraterrestrial beings casts a constant shadow over SETI. Science attempts to probe the depths of space for signs of life, but the fear that this contact could result in an alien invasion keeps the atmosphere charged with tension. The specter of a potentially apocalyptic response, perhaps even a cosmic catastrophe, haunts discussions about the search for life beyond Earth. As SETI's efforts advance, the unsettling sensation that human curiosity could inadvertently trigger a cosmic disaster remains. The quest for answers in space is not only a scientific endeavor, but also a psychological journey fraught with terror and anxiety. The lingering question is whether the pursuit of cosmic knowledge might lead to a feared and terrifying destiny, a truth that continues to loom over researchers and the public alike. As we explore these stories and experiments, it's crucial to reflect on what we've learned and how it might shape our future. How would you react if you knew we were on the brink of discoveries that could alter reality itself? It's time to apply this knowledge and consider the impact of our actions. What measures do you think we should take to ensure that science and technology do not become uncontrollable threats? If you found this as intriguing as I did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Join us to continue exploring the limits of the unknown and the terrifying, and to ensure we're prepared for any challenge the future may bring.